would be the best way to say it. I'm not that great to be videoed, I guess would be the right way to say it. Don't have that great a personality for this stuff, so I was thinking I needed to do better for that. But I was thinking about what I would talk about next, and I was going to talk about when I first started going to school and stuff like that, but I decided to go a different way. I normally think about what I'm going to say, and then I don't write anything down. This is just on the way home, so whatever comes to my mind, I do it all in one take on the way home. So, your birthday just came about again, so your 4th birthday, and you get the lucky or curse of your birthday being on Christmas Day. But I was thinking about birthday parties. For your first birthday, we really didn't do anything, mostly because, we don't have any family or anything here, but the bigger issue is that was COVID was here and stuff like that, and we got you a few presents and everything like that, and I wanted to get you just a little cake at like Kroger or Walmart or something like that. Not necessarily that you were going to eat it, but the whole smash cake thing. And so I got you this little chocolate cake, and I put it in front of you, and you were not happy one bit. You were crying. You didn't want to eat it. If I can figure out a way of how to put a picture somewhere in here, I'll try to do it. If not, I'll do like I did the last video talking about my grandma's, and I'll put a picture up front with the cake there and you not happy. I really don't remember what we did for your second video. I'm bad with things like that. Our second birthday, I'm kind of bad with stuff like that. But last year for your 3rd birthday, we thought it'd be all nice. We rented a big bouncy house and had it in the yard, and we cleaned up the whole house, invited a bunch of friends over and did pizza. And with the December birthday, you're worried about weather and things like that. It ended up being kind of cold, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. But we had to go around and ask people for chairs and tables. We had a bunch of your friends over, and everybody played on the bouncy house and had pizza and cake, and you just had a ball. And then we had your cake. That's kind of funny. So they made your cake too early. A local bakery made your cake. They made it too early, and so they ended up remaking it. And I was told that I needed to go pick up the cake and that we still needed to pay for it. And I was like, okay. So I go over to the bakery to pick up the cake, and they're like, it's right here. I believe it was a Peppa Pig cake last year. And so your mom got the decorations and everything, and they made the cake and decorated it all up. And so I go to pay for the cake, and the lady's like, okay, here's your cake, take it. I'm like, I was told I still need to pay for it. And she's like, it's showing us paid, take the cake. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, take the cake. And I was like, okay. So we essentially got your cake for free, or I think we might have put like a $20 deposit on it. I'm not really sure. And so also with the bouncy house, it was like, I think one of the big bouncy slides. The guy was supposed to, he came set it up. He was supposed to come later that night to pick up the bouncy house and take it away and everything. Well, or the next morning, something like that. Well, we ended up getting the bouncy house for another day free because the guy was having trouble with the vehicle. And so I remember we went out there, but it was all like covered in like frost and everything, and it was cold, but you still played with it a few more hours. So that was your 3rd birthday. And so we were trying to decide what we were going to do for your birthday this year. We wanted to do it, of course, you can't really do someone's birthday party on Christmas. And so we were looking around at a couple different places. We like to go to the trampoline park and jump around. And so I looked at a package for there, and your mom was wanting something that would be more smaller, where the kids wouldn't be going all crazy and everything, and where you would have more of a focus of it being your birthday and people to celebrate you, which I totally understand. We just weren't sure what we were going to do. We were thinking about renting another bouncy house and having it at the house again, and we were, discussing that and having to, it kind of sucks because we have to put up Molly and get the house ready, and we don't have tables and chairs, and so we'd have to do that all again. And then we were worried about weather. And then your mom found this place that's indoor that has a big, one of those like big 20-foot bouncy house slides, and then there's another big bouncy house in there, and it has a whole room when you first walk in, and you can set tables and chairs up and everything like that. And for the price of it, it was a great value for what it was. And so this year you want a dinosaur theme, so we did dinosaur. Oh, now I remember your second birthday, you wanted a construction theme. So your mom got decorations and everything that had dump trucks and excavators and stuff like that. And so we decorated the house with all that stuff. Or was that the first year? Yeah, no, it was the second you had that, because last year you also wanted a Peppa Pig cake for your third birthday, but you wanted Spider-Man decorations. So yeah, your second birthday, it was all about construction, because you like watching the big videos with the big excavators and dump trucks and all that stuff like that. But we really didn't have too many friends for you at the time, so, and the coronavirus and all that stuff, so we really didn't do anything for your second birthday. So the birthday that we just had for you, or the party I should say, like I said, we found a local place here that had the bouncy houses set up inside, which it ended up working out great because it ended up raining all day. Not like horribly bad or anything like that, but if we would have rented a bouncy house, no one would have been able to play on it because the weather was just too bad. The only thing that I was hoping that it would have been better weather, because the place that we went to, they had a train that you could get in and ride around for an extra like $50 or whatever. But it was raining, so we weren't able to do that. And so, we had a bunch of your friends over, and I think, what was it? 14 or 16 kids were invited, and almost all of them showed up. So you had a dinosaur cake this time. And the funny thing about the cake, even going back to last year, you don't really like the cake part, but you love the frosting part. So last year, while you were doing your birthday party, and in between running around and playing with the new toys that you got and going to the bouncy house and drinking juice and everything like that, you would run in with the cake still setting on the stove, and you would, reach up and grab some frosting and take it. And you ended up eating so much frosting last year that it made you sick to your stomach, and you threw up a little bit, and that was kind of funny and cute. But we don't really let you have a whole lot of sugar, so that kind of goes into that. And yeah, we did the bouncy house, we did the bouncy place this time. And then because your birthday is on Christmas, we try to split the 2 days up. Christmas Eve and Christmas, and do Christmas one day and do your birthday the other day. That way it's not both on the same day. And so we did that this year. And when you woke up when we celebrated Christmas, Santa came, and of course he woke us up at 6:30 in the morning saying, "Oh, he came, presents are here." And it's just, it's nice to see you get excited for those things, just because it's something that I haven't myself experienced in a long time. And it's just, I'm trying to give you everything as a child that I didn't get or would have liked to have had. And sometimes your mom gets mad at me because I buy you too many toys and things like that, but that's just kind of the way I am. And but yeah, you went and saw Santa at the mall and got pictures taken with him. And then we called Santa, and you were able to tell him what you wanted, and then he brought everything for you, and you were all happy about that, which was great. And so you just turned 4 years old, and like, the only thing I can really compare it to, and like when I was thinking about your first birthday, is like, I don't really remember my birthday ever being too big of a thing for my family. I don't know how else to say it. I only ever remember having one birthday party, was a joint birthday party with me and my brother, and I understand that because our birthdays are 3 days apart. But the place that we lived at the time, so I know I said that my grandpa, Tiny, he used to do music and stuff like that, and so he came over, and my Uncle Mike, he plays the drums, so he played the drums, and, you know, all the cousins were invited and everything, and so we just had it like outside in the house. We had like a little carport area, and everything was set up there, and they were playing music, and the only thing else that I remember of it was that my mom made a birthday cake for me and my brother, and it just said happy birthday Mark and Jeff, and it had chocolate frosting, and then I think it had a yellow like leaf on it, an orange leaf if I remember right, but it's hard to say, but that's what I remember. But that's the only birthday party that I ever remember having held for me. But that was just like, our family didn't do much. We didn't have a lot of money to do a lot of stuff, for one, but the other thing is like, it just didn't seem like it was that big of a deal. The only other birthday party that I necessarily remember is your Aunt Amanda was a big fan of New Kids on the Block, and I can't remember what year that would have been, but they did a whole New Kids on the Block theme for her. So the town that we lived in at the time had a little park, and you could rent the little gazebo pavilion things, and so they did that and invited a bunch of people over. And well, we had my birthday party in Illinois, and we had hers in Arkansas. So it was, Illinois is more dad's side of the family, Arkansas is more mom's side of the family. But you know, they decorated it all up with New Kids on the Block, and that was when they were first starting to do the screen printing for cakes. So they had like New Kids on the Blocks and the pictures of all the band members in it and everything. And I ain't gonna lie, I was jealous, because I was like, I wish that would have happened for me. But those are the only 2 birthdays, like parties, that I can remember, and that was about all it was for either one of them. I know for my dad's birthday, a couple times we would go to a little bit nicer restaurant and stuff like that, but that's about all I ever remember for birthdays being celebrated in my family. And you know, I would hear about other kids having birthday parties and stuff, and I knew we didn't have much money to have them, but I always thought it would be nice. And so I'm so glad that we're able to do these things for you. That way you can actually experience being a kid, and that you can keep that spark and that love in your eye, and that joy that you have, that honestly I don't remember if I ever had. And if I did, just everything that happened along the way as I was younger, I lost it. And I'm doing everything in my power to make sure, and I will continue to do everything that I can to make sure that the things that happened to me and made me the way that I am don't happen to you, and that'll set you up to be a great person going into the future. And so with that, I just want to say happy 4th birthday, and that I love you, and I will always love you.